Hello, and welcome back to the GorillaBiker. Today, we're going to visit Ballykeefe Amphitheater, mainly because it's not too far from my home house. And I felt like going out and having a look at it because I've been there in a long time. So, a bit about Ballykeefe Amphitheater and what it is, what goes on there. So, it started off its life as a slate quarry. And obviously as time went on, I don't know, did it run out of slate, or did people stop wanting so much slate out of it? It probably ran out, I would imagine. Or it was cheaper just to buy slate from China or something, right? Who knows? Either way, it fell into disuse. And I remember when I was a child it just being, you know, an old quarry that wasn't used anymore, kind of like lumps of rubble lying everywhere. But then, in the late 90s, so late 1990s, not 1890s, a group of volunteers, whose name I'll throw up on screen or something, and I'll also link info about Ballykeefe Amphitheater in the description. They got together and they decided to redo it, to turn it into an amphitheater rather than a disused quarry, which they've achieved in pretty impressive standards. I mean, tonight there's a guy playing there, his name is Marty Moon, or maybe it's Monet if he's French. I've never heard of him personally, but in a week they have Finbar Fury. If you've never heard of Finbar Fury, look him up, he makes interesting music. And then on July the 20th, the Villagers are playing there, and the Villagers I'm not going to say they're a huge band, but they're a good band, and they're not small either, so they're pretty good. So it's set out in Ballykeefe, which is fairly countryside-ish. The roads here are not so good, top quality wise, so if you're riding out here to have a look, just take it handy enough, because there's patches like there where the tarmac is just gone, the top layer of the tarmac. But it is nice and twisty, so if you enjoy this sort of thing, then yeah, it's also just a nice ride out to have a look at it. And then you could also probably catch an event while you're here. There's also a distillery out this way. I'm not sure, can you go there? When we're passing it, I'll have a look. I'm not sure, is it a visitable? But yeah, they make gin, vodka, and also legal poutine. It's not the old poutine that you might have heard of in tales that'll melt all of your internal organs while making you nice and drunk. Not that type of poutine. But yeah, as for my last video that I only released a couple of days ago, about FLMM. So I've been talking to my girlfriend, and thank you for everyone, by the way, who responded with information. I really appreciate it. I think I'm gonna try go. So it's all depending on cash money at this stage. It sounds like it'll be interesting, so I'm gonna make an attempt to go. Maybe on my own, maybe with my girlfriend, who knows, or maybe with other people. No one else has really shown interest from my group of friends yet, but that's because I'm the only weirdo who likes making videos and watching videos. Well, some people like watching videos, they just don't like maybe my one so much. But anyway, we'll move past that. But there's not really much else out this way, except, like, you know, if you're just like kind of going around the countryside looking at farms and smaller towns, there are plenty of them. If that's what you're into, they're there. And there's also Ballykeefe Wood. So Ballykeefe Wood is a really nice kind of walking area. It's right beside the amphitheater, so if you were going to an event at like 7 o'clock and you came out here at 5, you could pack up, go for a walk, and then pop into the event. So I think this is the amphitheater here, and that's the amphitheater. There's people there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk. We'll have a look. I'll continue on, turn around and see can I park up and just have a look around. The road's actually better than I remember. The last time I was up here it was worse. Now, I'm not saying it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's not good, but it's better. And yeah, if anyone is going to FLMMMM and has an interest in going, maybe you're going on your own, let me know. I could go with you, or we could meet up. That'd be cool. No bother, thanks very much. So you heard the man. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe I won't leave him his face in the video. But we can't go in yet, because they're doing sound checks. So, either A, I'll come back in a while and finish off this video. Or B, I won't release it till I do get some pictures. Or maybe I'll steal some pictures off the internet and finish it that way. But yeah, all I wanted to get across basically is there's lots of stuff to do in Kilkenny, pubs wise and stuff like that. And then you can also hit up there for an event. Ballykeefe Distillery, I was wrong. Let's hit up there, make a video of it, eh? When I get back to the house, well, my parents' house, I'll also show you the new brake lines I got for this. So they're braided steel, HEL braided steel brake lines that are blue to hopefully match the bike fairly well. I'm going to throw them on soon, and hopefully that'll do. So yeah, unfortunately they're doing a sound check up there at the quarry, so I can't go in right now. And I know gates open at like 7. So here's the distillery. They definitely look like they accept visitors. This is Ballykeefe Distillery. So this one classic. It is on a farm. So children must be supervised at all times. That's probably so they don't drink a lot of gin. But yeah, so it's an operating farm as well by the looks of it. So yeah, I did get the feeling from online that you could visit here because it's all done up really nicely as a visitor centre. Like a small visitor centre. So it's probably well worth, if you're coming out to the amphitheater, also popping by here and having a little look-see. And maybe sampling some gin. I really need to clean this bike soon actually. It's quite dirty. Also, if you had a choice, would you go for an R1 or a VFR? If I was upgrading, I wanted something stupid for like a year, I'd go for an R1, but maybe I'd just be better off going for the VFR for kind of long-term stuff. Let me know your opinions, I'd appreciate it, as always. Slow down. It's really fun trying to slow the bike down coming into those corners, because it's like, oh, if I feck this up I'm putting my bike through a ditch. That's always fun. Actually, further to my question on the R1/VFR, would you go for one of them, or would you just put a bit of money into this bike? Oh, that was stones. And keep this, so like, you know, an exhaust and power commander, stuff like that. I really don't like dirty roads. And just keep this. I'll be honest, right? And this is very honest. Since I put back on the stock screen on this, I've kind of fallen fully back in love with it. Because, you know, I knew I had a few issues with it, like I know I needed to do the clutch cable, stuff like that. And I've done that, right? And now I'm kind of like, ooh, me likey. Once I do the throttle cables, which I have them, I just need to do them, make a video on them, I think I'll be quite happy with it again, even more. And it's just such a rideable bike for, you know, these kind of roads. 600s, and just makes sense. They're more pointy, they're lighter. You can have a bit more fun on them because you can whack through the gears more. Now, I haven't been on this road in a long time, so I don't know am I gonna be able to ride quickly on it. And the surface looks pretty pockmarked. And B, I actually don't know, is there a nice viewpoint where I can take a picture. I know the road goes up quite high, but I don't know, is there a nice viewpoint. Only time will tell, eh? And all this area, if you want to come out here and ride, if you're in Kilkenny, if you're coming over to Ireland for a trip, also if you are planning on coming to Ireland for a trip, do hit me up. Absolutely hit me up. I am more than happy to help if you're route planning. If you want to even meet up for a section of a trip and I can, you know, guide you around, more than happy to do that. Really, really I am. Like I love all things motorcycle, and I am more than happy to go off for a spin with people, because the good thing about going for a spin with people on motorcycles, if they're randomers and you don't know them, you don't need to know them, because you're not going to talk to them much. You're on a motorbike, they're following you. And if they're really weird, you can probably just run away if you know the local area. So if I run off on you, if you do contact me and you're like, oh hey Michael, can we go for a spin together? And I'm like, sure, yeah, no problem. And we meet up and we go for a spin, and then I run away, it's because I thought you were weird. I'm sorry. Yeah, but this whole area, I would have grown up quite near here, so I know it pretty well. Know the roads pretty well. Ooh, yeah, this is the bend. That would catch you out if you did not know it was there. So there's the old creamery. It's strictly private property. Private property. So we'll keep going. We're going to look for a viewpoint. There's a garden centre in there. More old stuff. And now we're going up the hill. So I'm hoping there'll be somewhere I can pull in, take a picture near the top. Honestly, I think if I made this bike sound better, I'd be very happy with life. I think that's all I would need, really. And even, you know what else I'd like? A gear indicator. I would like to add a gear indicator at some point. Oh, look at that! What a view. This is going to be the end of the video. I don't know when I get back to Ballykeefe today, but consider that an introduction. And what I mean by that is, if I don't get back today, I will get back. That's a promise. And what I'll do is I'll go in, have a look around, take some pictures. I might not make a video of it again because it might be pointless. But I will take some pictures, put them up on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see them there. If you don't, then follow me on Instagram. What are you doing? Just go click follow. It won't. If you've watched the video and you've enjoyed my inane ramblings, please like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, share the video. If you haven't enjoyed it, that's all good too. Please don't hit the dislike button because it makes me cry for hours on end. Thank you very much for watching if you watched. Please join me for the next one. Adios. So I can't actually remember, did I show you these before, but those are the braided brake lines for the phaser. So I think they're a pretty good colour match. So yeah, that's them.